common question amongst non-profit marketing teams is, should we manage our Google grant in-house or outsource it? In this video, we'll cover the benefits and drawbacks of each. Plus, we'll give you some key indicators to determine which option is right for your organisation. Hi, I'm Wendy Bonham-Carter from Do Nation. My team and I have been managing the Google Ad grant for non-profits for over 5 years and training others to do the same. If you're not subscribed already, then click subscribe below so you don't miss a thing. From our experience, accounts that perform well are regularly maintained and optimised. If you want to see the best results from your account, you must allocate time to do this each month or outsource the work to a Google Ad grant specialist. So what are the benefits and drawbacks of managing the Google Ad grant in-house or outsourcing it? Well, let's run through those. So we'll kick off with the benefits of in-house. And the first one is it can be a very cost-effective way of managing the grant, especially if you already have an in-house marketing team. Secondly, your team knows your organisations and your donors inside out. So who better to run ads for your organisation than the people who know your organisation and your donors best? Your team will already know what language speaks to your existing donors and can integrate that seamlessly into your Google Ad grant efforts. Also, it combines well with any existing paid digital efforts. So if your team is already running paid ads, adding the Google Ad grant to the roster of advertising responsibilities probably makes most sense. Plus, the team will already have significant data and analytics about your current advertising efforts, which can be applied to your Google Ad grant. And lastly, changes can be made more quickly. So if you need a new campaign for an appeal creating quickly, managing in-house reduces the lead time for getting new ads and campaigns up and running and existing ads amended. So what are the drawbacks of managing it in-house? Well, the first one is training. The Google Ad grant works differently to other paid advertising endeavours. Specialty training will be required to ensure your team is capable of managing the grant effectively. And time and money will have to be allocated for that purpose. Secondly, there's a learning curve. As with anything new, there's always going to be a learning curve. This means it might take you and your team longer to see results. And finally, it will utilise some of those precious resources. As we know, time and money are a non-profit's most precious resources, and both of which will need to be utilised to get you set up and ready to manage the grant in-house. So what are the benefits of outsourcing? Well, the first one is dedicated time. You don't need to worry about the grant being overlooked if something more critical comes up for your team. Outsourcing ensures you have a dedicated resource allocating time to spend on your account each month without fail. The second one is experience. An external agency or freelancer will already be highly experienced in managing the grant and getting results. They should be able to get the account built and optimised more quickly. The third one is that competition is growing. And the number of organisations using the grant is continuing to grow, which means more competition within the industry, making it harder for accounts to perform well. Using an experienced team to manage the grant should help you get in front of any competition. There are also now a lot of reasonably priced agencies. As with the growth of users comes more competitive costs. There are more reasonably priced managed services packages than ever before. And finally, a good agency can help to guide strategy. Experienced grant managers can help to guide your overall marketing, including content, web development, and email marketing. So what are the drawbacks of outsourcing? Well, the big one is that it can often be quite expensive. Some agencies are still expensive, and any agency may not be suitable for your budget. Changes may also take longer. If you require any changes to be made to your ads, then this may take longer than if your in-house team could do it themselves. So what are the questions you need to ask yourself about whether to outsource or keep this in-house? Well, the first one is, what capacity do you currently have within your marketing team? Would someone in your team be able to dedicate 3 to 5 hours per month to manage the account? The second one is, what is the skill base of your current team? Is there anyone whose skill profile would fit naturally with taking on this responsibility? The third one, and probably the most critical, what budget is available? And can you actually afford to outsource it? Also, what are the expected outcomes? Organisations that have something to sell are more likely to see a better ROI than those just soliciting for donations or volunteers. And finally, how big is your audience? Small local charities won't see the same ROI as those operating on a national level. So what if neither of those options are a good fit for you? Well, you could consider a hybrid option of getting an agency or an experienced freelancer to build out your account and then train your team to manage it. This means somebody else does the heavy lifting to get the campaigns built out correctly and in a way that's going to best serve your objectives and online goals. Budget and time are a key component of the decision to keep the Google grant in-house. The grant can provide real and valuable impact for your organisation, but only if it's set up and managed correctly. If you have the budget and an appropriate audience size, then a managed service is definitely something worth considering. But don't be put off if you don't have the budget. There are cost-effective ways to bring this in-house in a way that's still going to bring value to your organisation. If you want to discuss any of the options outlined in this video, please feel free to get in touch with our team or drop a comment below. Have a great week. See you soon.